You came in from the cold with your scarf still on, said sorry I'm a little late, and shook the raindrops gone. We found a corner table and we ordered something warm, and the evening started quietly, the way all evenings form, with small talk and the menu and the usual kind of ease, the way you are with someone when you're still a little pleased, just by their being present, just by them being there, the uncomplicated miracle of someone who will share an ordinary evening. Something happened that I can't quite place in light, somewhere between the first cup and the last, somewhere between the future and the past. I can't tell you at what minute or what word, what particular silence or what thing I heard, but somewhere between hello and good night, you became the kind of person that I didn't know I knew. You laughed at something I said that wasn't even clever, the kind of laugh that makes you think this person maybe ever. And then you said a thing back that was perfectly on time, like you'd been listening to all of me between the lines. We closed the place without intending to. They stacked the chairs, the waiter hovered gently with the diplomatic stares of someone who has seen this many times and understood two people finding something in each other that is good. Outside on the pavement, we were slow to find direction, both reaching for our phones, but more out of deflection than any real intention to be somewhere else tonight. We both knew the evening wasn't finished, wasn't right to end just yet. You said there's one more place I know if you're not tired. I said lead the way and followed like I'd always been required to follow this particular voice down this particular street, like everything before tonight was practice for this beat. I thought about it since, and I still cannot find the line, the crossover, the moment when your evening became mine. Maybe it was always going exactly this way. Maybe hello already had good night somewhere in it, say. Maybe some evenings know before the people what they are, and all we do is follow them from the near to the far. Good night at the corner, neither moving yet, somewhere between hello and this, something I won't forget. Hello again sometime. tried not to wake you yet. Put both cups on the windowsill, the way we always set them. When the morning's slow, the steam goes up into thin lines and disappears to air. The city starts its gray beginning, soft and unaware that in this window someone's standing, watching it begin, with everything she needs already somewhere just within. Two cups on the windowsill, one for me and one for when you will come and find me standing in the early light. Two cups on the windowsill, the smallest proof that something's right, that someone in this apartment makes me wanna stay. Two cups on the windowsill at the beginning of the day. I never thought a detail could say everything this way. I hear you in the other room, the shuffle and the slow return to wakefulness. The sounds I've come to know, the way you find your glasses first before you find your feet, the way you say good morning like it's something you untreat from the day itself. You come and stand behind me, chin above my head, look out at the same gray street from our shared windowsill instead. Take your cup without a word and we just stand and see the morning doing what it does, quietly, just free. I used to drink my coffee standing at the sink alone. One cup quick, already thinking of the day I'd own. No reason to look out the window, no one there to share the commentary on the street, the dog, the cold morning air. It's a small thing, two cups instead of one, but I think that's where the bigger story has begun. In the adding of another cup without being asked, in the morning that has company, in the warmth that has outlasted every careful walk. My mother had a saying that I didn't understand. She said, you'll know it's love when making coffee is a plan. You make for someone else before you make it for yourself. When someone else's cup comes first and sits upon your shelf like it belongs there, like it's always been the case, like two cups on a windowsill is just the natural place to put the thing you feel when feeling doesn't need a name. Just two cups in the morning, every morning just the same.
You texted from the station, said the train was running late. Said don't wait up, get some sleep, it's after 8. I made the bed and turned the lamp down on your side, then turned it back on. Some things you just can't override. The apartment has a different kind of quiet when you're gone. Not empty, just expectant, like it's waiting to go on. I make some tea and put your cup out the end of a long day, I'll leave the light on, just a small one by the door. The one that says I'm here and says come home, and says what's more, that everything is waiting in exactly how you left it, that the evening isn't over, and I haven't closed or cleft it into sleep. I'll leave the light on, warm and low and gold, a lighthouse for the two of us against the winter cold. Come home to the light on, come home to the tea, come home to the light on, come home to me. I read a little, then I watched the street from where I sit. The way the taxis slow and stop and passengers commit to doorways and to stairwells, to their own waiting lights. Everybody coming home on ordinary nights. And then I see your message, 20 minutes, almost there, and something in my chest does something like it's clearing air. I go and fix my hair for no real reason by the glass, then laugh at myself softly and let it pass. The key in the door is still the best sound that I know, better than the music, better than the radio's glow. You come in tired and cold and carrying too much. I take the bag and you take off your coat and such. We don't say very much at first, we don't need to say. Some homecomings are answered just by being in the way of someone's arms, by handing them a cup that's warm enough. The small and daily language of the people who stay in love. I used to think that love was best expressed in the apart, the longing and the missing and the distance in the heart. But I think now that love is mostly in the leaving on of light, in the cup already waiting and the door unlocked at night. It's not the grand reunion, not the roses, not the scene. It's the lamp that says I thought of you in all the hours between. You know the shortcut, and I know it too. We've taken it 100 times on evenings just like this. But tonight you turn left where we always turn right, and I follow without asking. I knew what it was. The longer road goes past the park and down along the hill. Adds 15 minutes easy if you walk it slow and still. The trees are dark above us and the lamps are far apart. It's the kind of road that gives you room to talk from the heart. The long way back when the company is easy and the evening's more than fine. The long way back through streets that no one knows, where the conversation deepens as the quieter city goes. I've got nowhere I need to be but here beside you now. The long way back is the short way somehow. Every extra step a reason and a gift. The long way back is where these evenings shift. You tell me something honest somewhere near the old bridge wall, the kind of thing you only say when nobody can call your name from somewhere crowded and the evening's running late. The kind of thing that needs the dark and space to carry weight. I listen without interrupting, which you say I rarely do. And when you finish, I just say, I already knew. You laugh and push my shoulder, and we keep on walking slow. The park behind us now. One more long street to go. There's a bakery that's closing, lights still gold inside the glass. We stop and watch the woman stacking chairs as people pass. You say you'd like to own a place like that one day, maybe. Something small and warm with music, nothing too crazy. I say I'd come in every morning before anyone else arrives, sit by the window with bad coffee and my better lives. You say you'd save me the last croissant every single time, and just like that the future feels like something that is mine. The best conversations happen walking, I believe, when there's something for the body and the eyes to receive. When you're not sitting face to face with all that weight of gaze, just two people moving forward through the city's evenings. I've learned more about you on these walks than anywhere inside, more truth in 20 minutes on a pavement than 100 tried. Occasions with the lights on and the expectation there. The long way back keeps giving us the room to breathe. We didn't check the forecast, and the clouds came in at 6. First a few drops, then a downpour through the evening mix. We ran and found a doorway on a street we didn't know. Stood pressed against the wall and watched the city start to flow. Your jacket over both our heads for all the good it did. We laughed at how completely and how thoroughly we slid into soaking within seconds, giving up on dry. And somehow that was funnier than I can tell you why. Everything after rain looks clean and bright beneath
think I love the world the best. You found a paper bag and made a hat that didn't hold. Wore it for approximately 4 seconds in the cold before it went to pieces and you threw it at the sky. I caught it on the video, I'll keep it till I die. The man inside the doorway looked at us with tired eyes, then cracked a small reluctant smile at our amateur disguise. We nodded back at him like co-conspirators in rain, three strangers briefly sharing something we won't share again. The rain slowed after 20 minutes, settled to a haze. We stepped back out into the street and it's glazed. You took my hand without a word and we just started walking. No destination, no umbrella, barely even talking. Just the sound of our shoes finding every puddle's edge, the smell of wet stone rising from each doorstep and each ledge. I looked across at you, still laughing at the paper hat, and thought I'd stand in any rain again for something like that. The best things tend to happen in the gaps between the plan, in the detours and the downpours, and the improvise began. I could have loved you in the sunshine, easy and prepared, but I think I loved you most wet through and caught off guard, because that's when everything unnecessary falls away, and all you have is who you are at the end of a soaked day. And who you were was perfect, laughing in a stranger's door. And I knew then that I wanted every rainy day and more. Third table from the window, slightly to the left, the one with the wobbly leg that nobody has fixed yet. We found it on a rainy Tuesday, almost 2 years back. Sat down just for a minute, and we never quite came back to anywhere else. The waiter knows our order now before we even sit. Brings you tea with extra lemon, like you always want with it. Nods at me with something like approval in his eyes. I think he's rooting for us underneath his neutral guise. Same table every time, same window, same October light. Same table every time, and everything feels right. I've sat in fancier places with a better kind of view, but this wobbly little table is my favorite place with you. Same table every time, the city going by outside. Same table, same two people, nothing left to hide. You always take the seat that faces out toward the street. Say you like to watch the people
watch the world outside the window, like you always seem to do. Sometimes I describe the people walking by behind my back, invent their names and stories just to make you laugh and crack. You add details I miss somehow with perfect comic timing, and I think this is what happiness looks like in its priming. Winter came and they moved us once to make room for a group. We sat across the room and couldn't find our usual groove. The coffee tasted different and we couldn't figure why, until you said it's just the table, and we didn't even try to pretend otherwise. We came back the following Tuesday like nothing had occurred. The waiter brought your lemon tea before we said a word. Third table from the window, we settled back inside. The ritual of us, the small and steady kind of pride. Someone once told me that love needs to keep on moving or it fades, that you have to chase the new thing through its ever-changing shades. But I think there is a different kind of aliveness in the known, in the table that expects you, in the place that feels like home. The extraordinary thing about the ordinary is this: it takes a very specific person to make sameness feel like bliss.
I've heard my name 1,000 times from 1,000 different mouths, in hallways and in kitchens, in the north and in the south. Teachers and my mother, and the strangers at the door. It's just a sound, a label, nothing more. But then you said it once, just once, across a table at a friend's, and something in the ordinary syllable just bends into a different shape entirely when it's you. Like my name was always waiting to be said the way you do. The way you say my name, soft and without trying, like it's something that you're glad of. Not a word, but something lying closer than a word, more like a quiet thought. The way you say This small and secret game I play while we are just reviewing the plans for next week, or the film, or what to eat. Your voice around my name makes everything complete. I used to think that love was built from grand and sweeping things, the gestures and the promises, the moments history brings. But now I think it lives in something almost too small to see, like the particular and private way you say the word, that's me. Sunday came in quietly without an alarm, the light through the curtains doing nobody harm. You made the eggs and I made the tea, nobody asking what we want it to be. The paper's on the table, but we haven't looked inside. The news can wait a little, we've got nowhere left to hide from the extraordinary ordinary of this. A Sunday with nowhere to go and you to miss. Nothing with slow news day, nothing to report, just you and me and something short on in the background while we half asleep. Slow news day, the kind I wanna keep. No urgency, no calendar, no call, just the quiet falling gently over all. Slow news day, the best kind there can be. A Sunday with no story except you and me. You fall asleep before the afternoon is done, book across your chest, face turned to the sun. I watch you for a moment, then I read a little more, then set my book down too and close my eyes at 4. We wake up slow and disoriented, laugh about the time, make more tea and argue softly over something small and fine. The city hums its Sunday hum outside, the cracked open pane. I think about how I choose all of this again. Evening comes and we heat something up from yesterday, eat it on the couch without a plate in the usual way. You put on something we've both seen at least 100 times, quote the lines before they're said, and I catch all your rhymes. The lamp is on, the curtain strong, the world is outside still, and everything inside this room has got a quiet thrill of being chosen, being kept, being Sunday afternoon real. The kind of love that's less a fire and more a way to feel at home. People talk about the highs, the trips, the rooftop views, the anniversaries in cities with the perfect shoes. But I think the truest test of something good and right is whether you can do absolutely nothing and still feel the light. We were sitting on the fire escape with nowhere left to go. The city underneath us putting on its evening show. You were talking about nothing much, I was listening to your voice. The particular low frequency that always was my choice. Above all other sounds, you paused and looked out at the skyline, and then turned to me, said, "What are you thinking?" And I almost said it free. 3 words right there, right already, right up at the front. But the evening was so perfect that I didn't, I just couldn't. Almost said it, nearly let it go. Had it right there on the tip of almost, almost so. Almost said it in the quiet after everything you said. But something sounds too large and beautiful for the air outside my head. Almost said it, maybe that's enough for now. To know it's there and feel it without needing to say how. Almost said it and you looked at me and smiled. I wonder if you almost said it too. Meanwhile, later at the door, you held it open just a beat too long. And I thought, here it is again, the moment, wide and strong. You tucked a piece of hair behind my ear with careful hands, the kind of gesture that communicates without demands. And I was so close to giving it a name. But you said goodnight so softly that I felt it all the same. Maybe words are overrated when the hands already know. When the goodnight sounds like something that you're not ready to let go. I've been thinking about language and the limits of the set. How the most important things live quietly in the head until they find the right container, the right light, the right place, the right pause between 2 people in a certain kind of space. I'm not afraid of saying it, I know that it is true. I'm just saving it for a moment that is worthy of you. So for now I'll keep it close and let it make me warm inside, and almost say it every evening with a certain kind of pride. Fire escape, city below. Almost said it, almost. You smile like maybe you already know. Almost said it, almost said it. Almost said it, almost said it. He calls me on a Tuesday just to ask about my day. Says he's been thinking of a song and can't get it to go away. Hums a few bars badly and I laugh and say I know it well. He sounds so pleased with himself and I can't help but feel something. He doesn't notice how I pause before I answer back, or how I find a reason to keep talking on the track. He's making plans for Saturday and asking if I'm free. He doesn't know yet what he means to me. He doesn't know yet, but I do. I've known it for a while now, maybe longer than is true. He doesn't know yet how his name is the first thing in the morning. jam. We'd on the floor surrounded by some film we never watch, and talk about our families and dreams we haven't botched. He falls asleep before the ending, head against my arm, and I sit very still and very quiet and very warm. I look at him and think about the nerve it's gonna take, but tonight I just let this be everything and stay awake. My friend says just tell him, says it's obvious from outside, says the only one who doesn't see it is the one beside you. Every other weekend cooking eggs and staying late. She says that kind of oblivious, doesn't need to wait. Maybe she is right and maybe I'll find the words one day. Maybe on a Tuesday when he calls and starts to say that song again, the one he can't get out of his head. Maybe I'll just tell him that it's me instead. Tuesday again. Phone rings. I already know who. He doesn't know yet, but I think he's getting close. I really do. Coffee's on and you left early with a kiss above my ear. The door clicked soft behind you and the morning became clear. Dishes in the sink from last night, your cup beside my own. Small evidence of someone in a place I used to call alone. I walk around the apartment in your old wool socks. The radio is playing and the morning slowly talks about the weather somewhere and the traffic and the news. But all I see is your jacket on my chair, and I can't lose the feeling. Your jacket on my chair, your toothbrush by the sink, your jacket on my chair. It's more than you might think. I used to have a life that only fitted one. Now there's evidence of you in everything I've done. Your jacket on my chair, the sleeves still hold your shade. I think I'm someone different now, and there's no going back from that escape. I try it on for no reason, just to see how big the shoulders fall past mine, and I don't care a bit. Stand in front of the mirror with my coffee and your coat, laugh at my reflection, and I make a mental note that this is what it looks like when the walls come gently down, when someone earns the right to leave their jacket in your town. I take it off and fold it back with slightly too much care. Like if I get the crease right, you'll know how much I'm there. I've kept my spaces tidy and my heart a little locked. Kept the second drawer empty and the second cupboard stocked with just my things, my only things, for longer than I'll say. But drawers have a way of filling when the right person finds their way. So go ahead and leave things, leave them any way you like. Your jacket and your books, and even that old bike. Leave a little more of you each time you walk back in. I'll make the room for all of it. I'll let the light haven't touched, thinking maybe careful evenings can be loosened up just as much. You cross the room, I don't move away. Somebody like you tonight is all I want to say.
Dressed and nowhere near in time, just watching how the evening light comes in at 9:30. The city's putting on its Saturday, I hear it start to hum. That particular excitement of the night that's yet to come. You appear and ask me how you look, I say exactly right. Roll your eyes but take my hand and pull me to the light. Saturday light on your face and your hair. Saturday easy like no chairs and something good inside. You order what you always do. I try the thing I won't enjoy. You still abide and say you told me so, with all the joy of someone who has known me long enough to know my flaws and likes me anyway, without a clause. The room is full of Saturday and everyone looks fine, but I keep looking back at you across the table over wine. There's a version of the future where we've done this 1,000 times. Same restaurant, same order, same familiar evening rhymes. And I don't find that boring, I find that kind of beautiful. The way that repetition makes the ordinary dutiful to something larger, something that accumulates with care. A life built out of Saturdays and you being there. Saturday fading to Sunday slow. We take the long walk home. You hum something I don't know. I learn it as we go. Best night of the week, every week, with you. Engines warm and the city's wide awake tonight. You put your feet up on the dash and turn the radio right. Found some station playing something that we both have new. Sang the chorus wrong together, like we always do. The boulevard is empty and the lights are mostly green. Like the city cleared the road for
tea. Nobody asking what we want it to be. The paper's on the table, but we haven't looked inside. The news can wait a little. We've got nowhere left to hide from the extraordinary ordinary of this. A Sunday with nowhere to go, and you to miss nothing with slow news day. Nothing to report, just you and me and something short on in the background while we half asleep. Slow news day, the kind I wanna keep. No urgency, no calendar, no call, just the quiet falling gently over all. Slow news day, the best kind there can be. A Sunday with no story except you and me. You fall asleep before the afternoon is done. Book across your chest, face turned to the sun. I watch you for a moment, then I read a little more, then set my book down too, and close my eyes at 4. We wake up slow and disoriented, laugh about the time, make more tea and argue softly over something small and fine. The city hums its Sunday hum outside. The cracked open pane, I think about how I choose all of this again. Evening comes and we heat something up from yesterday. Eat it on the couch without a plate in the usual way. You put on something we've both seen at least 100 times. Quote the lines before they're said, and I catch all your rhymes. The lamp is on, the curtains drawn, the world is outside still, and everything inside this room has got a quiet thrill of being chosen, being kept, being Sunday afternoon real. The kind of love that's less a fire and more a way to feel at home. People talk about the highs, the trips, the rooftop views, the anniversaries in cities with the perfect shoes. But I think the truest test of something good and right is whether you can do absolutely nothing and still feel